continue with our Visit Nebraska, Visit Nice segment, sponsored by the Nebraska Tourism Commission.
Yeah, recently we made a trip to the Nebraska Tourism Conference that was going on in Gearing. And while there, we got a tour of the newly renovated Legacy of the Plains Museum. As Pure Nebraska's Brad Anderson shows us, there's something for everyone to see at this attraction.
Hello, Nebraska. We are in Gearing, and we are at the museum, the Legacy of the Plains. Now, we were here last March, and they weren't quite done yet, but it is done now, and let me tell you, it is fantastic. Joining me now is Sandra Reddish, the director. How you doing? Good to see you again.
Good.
I guess kind of tell us again what people are going to experience when they first walk into this park.
They're going to just experience these super graphics. They're going to define the 7 zones that we want to represent from out here. Obviously the ag history, but the importance of irrigation, but then the settlers, and of course the Oregon and California Trail, Mormon Trail, and just how many cultures and different things came through this valley, along with then on the high ground when you have the ranching and that impact. And it's just not, as I tell folks, this is a 21st century museum. It is not just old stuff in a case anymore. There's interpretation. If you read the panels, you're going to have to take quizzes, see your knowledge. You will be able to do things and see things that you probably won't see in other museums.
And this museum is such a great location because a lot of people want to come and see the Scottsbluff National Monument, and you're just basically kind of down from the base of it, or just down the road. So people need to go to Scottsbluff National Monument and then come to the Legacy of the Plains.
Or a lot of people will come in and the question is, what's in this big red building? And I was like, well, you're in for a surprise.
So tell me about some of the more interesting exhibits, some of the ones that maybe you're proud of.
I think the train coming out of the wall. Interactives, we have a corn grinder. You will see how much 1 horsepower, how much oomph it takes to do 1 horsepower. And a lot of people are surprised by that. We do have the full-size teepee that you can walk into. We have original buildings, little shacks that you would have found out here in the High Plains. And for those people who have no idea about how you get sugar out of a sugar beet, in less than 4 minutes, you're going to learn. So
that is fascinating.
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of people who love history are going to love this place. Okay. What would you say to people who are kind of interested? What will this provide for them? What kind of education?
I hope it gives them a general sense that history isn't boring. There are a lot of things that involve in it, in a community or a region. And that's why the name, Legacy of the Plains. There should be enough things in here to keep everybody somewhat occupied and interested. And we've had little kids to college kids through here so far, and I purposely asked them, how do they like it? And it's like, wow, or this is neat. And yes, we have a wolf in here, and so a lot of kids like that. And so yeah, that was my purpose, to hit everyone.
It is so important for us to learn about our past.
Sure, sure, that's your identity.
That's right. All right, Sandra, thank you very much for the time. You've done a great job. You should be very proud of this. Once again, we are in Gearing at the Legacy of the Plains Museum, all part of Pure Nebraska.
All right. Well, there's a lot going on at the Legacy of the Plains.
Oh yeah, always so much. You can always find more information about great places to visit in Nebraska by going to the webpage for the Nebraska Tourism Commission, and that website is visitnebraska.com.